Distraction is the enemy's subtle weapon, and I think that's exactly what's happening with TDS and EDS. Let's get into it. Hey guys, it's your girl Katie, and we're going to talk about Trump Derangement Syndrome and Elon Derangement Syndrome because I've mentioned it like 100 times. We're saying TDS, EDS. If you don't know what that is, it's where people are so focused on hating Trump and hating Elon that they can't even see straight. They can't see the facts. What is really going on? We started to look into this because there's got to be something bigger, right? And it always comes down to the enemy, the subtle things that the enemy is trying to do to kill and destroy, right? And steal the belief that you have in this country, in people. It's not the flesh that we're fighting. And I think that's why it's so important to remember 1 Corinthians 3:3-4. You are still worldly, for since there is jealousy and quarreling among you, you are not worldly. Are you not acting like mere humans? For when one says, I follow Paul, and another, I follow Apollos, are you not mere human beings? There's this obsession, right, with man. There's an obsession with Trump and an obsession with Elon that's literally keeping people from the facts. It's keeping people from actually celebrating things going on in this country that are positive, even for themselves. They have real things in front of them. People making more money, people paying less for eggs, people paying less for gas. And it's like they can't even see it. They're so angry at these men. They're so focused on whatever demonic thing is taking over you that makes you actually focus and hate somebody. There is something going on there. And I wish that you would take a step back and just think, what is really going on? So let's get into it a little bit. There was a poll. 48% of liberals said it's at least somewhat justified to kill Elon. Kill him. 55% said at least somewhat justified to kill President Trump. Like, I have to pause on that and just think about that, you guys. These are people actually, who answers polls? Seriously. Please comment below if you have ever gotten a poll and answered it. I just have to know like who these people are and what's going on. I don't know one person in my life who has gotten a poll and answered it. But if you're one of these people, think about that. You were asked, is it okay or justified to kill these people, murder, for them to not live anymore? And you're saying yes. There is a demonic force that is coming for these people. It is not normal to actually admit out loud and to think and believe that it's okay to murder somebody or that somebody is dead. That person is a grandpa, that person's a dad, that person's a brother. Like we need to be thinking about humanity, like in a party that's so focused on humanity and making sure that humans are good and that green energy and we're like going to sustain for generations and generations. You need to be thinking on a smaller scale right here, that we can't have so much hatred for these people that they're actually at risk with their lives, because that is so finite, that's so final, and it's not something to play with. So if you're someone who answered that poll, I really hope you start to think about the things that are coming out of your mouth, because our words, our speech, what we say, it really does matter. We do a whole series on It Matters, and I want you to know that when you're just spewing things out like, yeah, I don't care if that person dies, that's something that literally is going out of your mouth into the world, and it matters. You can kill and destroy with your tongue. And so I want you guys to think about that. Number 2, distraction is a strategy of the enemy. So what are we being distracted from? That's what I really am thinking about, is when people are so angry at Trump or so angry at Elon, what are you being distracted from? Because these people are actually taking time out of their lives to help, right? To get in and find fraud and to find departments that need to be shut down and things that are happening that are illegal, and your money is being wasted. But for some reason, we're thinking about these men and we're so angry at them. And it really doesn't make sense. Think about Ephesians 6:12. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. You guys, it is so crazy that people think that they're fighting each other, right? When you just like are so angry at someone, I want you to know that something is coming over you. So I'm going to give you guys this little challenge that anybody in your life right now, like close your eyes and think of somebody that you're just like, man, I don't like that person. I hate that person. That person bothers me so much. And I want you to think about something great about that person, or think about someone who loves that person. Just do it right now. Because if you think about that, you're like, wow, like, why do I hate that person so much? That person has a family and a wife and kids that love them. And like, there's a reason that that person has so much good going on, or so many people in their lives that love them. And it's because they're actually good people. They're just human. So even if someone made a mistake or hurt you, just remember that that person is just a human being that's doing their best, and that there's something coming maybe over you. Satan loves when we're so focused on personalities that we forget people, and then we forget our purpose. Because when we're distracted, what do? We're not moving towards our God-given purpose, right? We're so worried about everything over here that we're not building something new. You were designed to create, build, and prosper. You are designed to create, build, and prosper. So if you're so focused and distracted on hatred and hating people and wanting people dead and just like in this pool of darkness, you will never get to the true meaning of your life. So I want you to step out from that right now. A double standard. So now point number 3, a double standard is a sign of deception. Isaiah 5:20. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness. You guys, this happened with January 6th. This happened with the BLM riots. This is something that you are so focused on the deception of like what really happened that day and what was really going on and what were the intentions. But if you actually go and research those two things, you'll realize that BLM was created and that money did not help people. And that January 6th happened, and there is so much behind January 6th that it will literally blow your mind. We're going to put stats below about BLM and where the money went. We're going to put some things about January 6th, who was there, what was happening, what the FBI's involvement was, and all of that. We want you to dig in a little bit deeper. So this episode was just to like get you thinking outside the box, knowing that there's demonic forces coming for us, and that we need to be focused on the facts and not be distracted by the deception. The deceptive spirit keeps people from the truth. We want you to find the truth, not only with January 6th, because we think it's so important that you understand what happened on that day, but also just in the world right now. So God's people are called to be sober-minded, discerning, and focused on truth. Let the world obsess over men. We follow the King of Kings. So never forget what you were built for. It's not to be distracted. It's not to hate. It is to build and create. We can't wait to hear what you think in the comments. Please, please, please look below for the links we're going to post for you to get your mind blown on some things that you don't know right now. And until then, stay elevated. Hey guys, if you want to see more episodes like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. And we'd love to hear what you think. See you in the comments. And until then, stay elevated.